What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're once again back here on NBA 2K26 here for another realistic rebuild, but we probably have our most challenging one yet with the Sacramento Kings. And of course, the reason for that is because there's just nothing to be excited about when it comes to this Sacramento Kings team. It's just a bunch of stuff that's together, and it's just not really in a good state right now. So that's the best way to summarize it. Let's jump in into a Sacramento Kings realistic rebuild in NBA 2K26. I believe I did do one before the season started, but it's even worse than we could imagine. They also have Russell Westbrook now. I'm pretty sure I didn't have it in that video. But this is what the Sacramento Kings look like. So of course, as I mentioned, there is some good players here. Don't get me wrong. But as far as like a future, there is just overly nothing to be excited about. It's just kind of blah, basically. And I think we can kind of all agree with that the Kings, you know, they had that special season where they finally ended their playoff drought. Then, unfortunately, they had to trade De'Aaron Fox. They still have Sabonis. They trade away Halliburton for Sabonis. Then they need a point guard to get Schroeder and Russell Westbrook. It's just not a good team, and there's like no prospects to be excited about. Maybe you like Clifford a little bit, but very much so that this team is just lost, basically. So what we're going to go ahead and do is submit to the trade deadline. The team is already 3-9 on the season. And I'm expecting them to continue to be bad, and then we're going to try to sell some things off at the deadline, which will not be easy because I don't think there's a ton of guys here that are like, I will say like LaVine, you can maybe get something, but with how big his contract is, I do think it might be a little tough to get something for him. I think Sabonis will definitely get some stuff if you do trade him at the deadline. Malik Monk definitely could be valuable, but we'll see. So let's go ahead, submit to the trade deadline, and let's see what we can do to shake this team up because it definitely needs that. So here is our first trade of the video. We're simply going to be sending Malik Monk over to the Detroit Pistons for a first-round pick. It is live protected in 2028. We get Duncan Robinson's contract. The Pistons get themselves a shooter that maybe they like more than Duncan Robinson. So this is going to be the first trade of the video. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy here. I'm going to try to do one more trade. I think I'll wait to trade Sabonis until the offseason, but I'm going to try to do one more thing. But this is the first one we're going to do. This is the only other trade we're going to do. I did try to trade LaVine, Sabonis, or DeRozan, but didn't really see anything that I loved when it came to those guys. So we're simply going to be sending Schroeder over to the Clippers for Bogdan. The reason why we're doing this is we're simply getting off Schroeder's contract. That's all this is all it is, basically. So those are the only two trades we are doing. Unfortunately, we'll still keep kind of this big three together at the moment, and maybe they win us more games we'd like, but at this point, getting rid of a LaVine, DeRozan, Sabonis, I knew would be tough to do. Sabonis, I'm going to wait till the offseason to get what I truly want for him, but yeah, that was the trade deadline. Nothing too crazy. We get a first-round pick from Malik Monk, and hopefully this team doesn't win us too many games, but I have a feeling that is what's going to happen, and that'd probably be what the Kings would do in real life anyway, so we're probably on task anyway. So here is the end of the first season. As you guys can see, the awards have basically nothing to do with us, which is pretty obvious. But here is your All-NBA teams. Maybe we get some bonus on here potentially. And nope, he does not make one. But here's all defensive first team and all defensive second. And here are your all rookie teams. So, of course, we are not in the playoffs, which was what I kind of expected. But here are your end of the season stats. LaVine averaged 21. He had 20 from DeRozan, 17 from Sabonis, and 16 from Russell Westbrook. Bless who goes on to win the championship, and of course we'll be turning our attention to the lottery and seeing how that goes for us. You got the Knicks and the Wolves, which is what always seems to happen in year number one, and the Knicks often do win the championship in year one, so that's basically what we see usually. Here are your retirements. I wouldn't hate if I saw DeRozan here, and he is going to retire. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't know if DeRozan would retire in real life, but man, I don't know. He's probably not going to retire in real life, right? So if we're going to try to be realistic here, he is not going to retire, I would think, after that. But I'm just going to be focused. And Stephen Curry is retiring as well, which is pretty interesting. But I guess, yeah, Steph, I don't see him retiring after this season. It's kind of weird. Jimmy, I don't see that either. LeBron, maybe. But the other guys, I don't think so. Maybe I'll bring LeBron back because I brought everybody else back at this point. But let's go to the lottery and let's see what we have going on here. But yeah, getting rid of DeRozan in retirement would have been okay because I always struggle with DeRozan trades because his value is just kind of weird. But we have the 10th best odds at getting number one, which is probably not going to swing in our favor. But we do end up with 10, so at least we did not fall in the draft. Do we have an extra pick? I don't think so, but we do have number 10. The Pacers are supposed to have their pick at number 4, so we'll fix that. But we're going to go draft at number 10, fix some of these draft picks. Doug Christie, I think I'm okay with holding on to him for one more year because next year will more than likely be a tank season as well, assuming we have our pick next year, which we do. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to do with that. So I'm trying to see if I can get the 9th pick for Domantas Sabonis before we jump into the draft. The Charlotte Hornets currently hold number 9, and I would feel pretty good about getting a top 10 pick for Sabonis. So Miles Bridges here as salary for the 9th pick and Ryan Kalkbrenner. Let's see if they would do this trade. They want our pick and our pick next year. That's not going to happen. So does Miles Bridges have to be in this trade? Yes, he does. Okay, that makes sense. But Miles Bridges has to be in the trade. Maybe we just remove Kalkbrenner, and they still want our pick in this draft. We get a 2nd. So basically, we trade up in the draft. I don't think that's really worth it. So maybe we're holding on Sabonis until after the draft. So let's just jump in and draft at 10. But I don't think swapping picks by trading Sabonis is worth it at all. So let's see who will fall to us at pick 10. Having number 9 would have been cool as well. And already, I'm not seeing anything that I'm overly excited about here in this draft, but kind of expected that. But I do think we'll more than likely be taking Yesufu here. So we also have Jaden, Kill Wilson, Chris, Kareem Lopez, Darius down the board. But let's just go ahead and take Yesufu out of Baylor. So welcome to the team. And then we have a couple of 2nd rounders that I'll let the AI take care of. So we end up with a 76 overall at number 10. Doesn't feel too bad. I know Chris would have been fine as well, but yeah, I feel good about getting Yesufu, someone we can maybe be a little bit excited about. And here are your player options. As Levine does accept, we'll decline Robinson, Bogdan, and we'll accept Devin Carter, but the other 2 we will decline. And then qualifying offers, nothing. And then for free agency, let's see, we have Keon Ellis, who's a free agent, which I feel like Keon Ellis would be much better on a contender, so I don't think I'll bring him back. McDermott and Bogdan we won't bring back either. So all it boils down to is continuing to sell off the rest of the farm. My goal this offseason is to trade at least Sabonis and potentially Levine, but I think we could definitely get rid of Sabonis this offseason and try to get maximum value we can get for him. Well, I was trying to talk to the Hornets about getting a top 10 pick. Now they're still offering me Miles Bridges in this 2028 first. I mean, if I can get them to give me another first, I think I would do this trade. So 2028 and 2030. And again, I would like to have a young piece out of it as well, but more than likely they're going to counter me with something crazy. So you want Yesufu I just drafted. That's not going to happen. So Diabate I don't really care about. Is there anybody I can just throw in this trade as a, filler? Like Chris Murray, no. DeRozan, I mean, they're not gonna want DeRozan. Clifford, no. I mean, I could throw these 2nd rounders in here. I don't know if that would make a difference at all. Let's see. They say no. What did that say? We're a championship contender. Are we serious right now, Charlotte? Are we really thinking that? This is what I'm talking about, man. Just trying to make superstar trade. Not that Sabonis is necessarily like a superstar, but trying to make these trades is so stupid, man. It's so hard to do, but I'm going to keep trying. Okay, I found a way to make this trade work with the Charlotte Hornets. So we're trading Sabonis, Renaud, and Jalen Harrelson for Bridges and 3 first-round picks. I think that's solid value, so I will do this. We finally get something to work with the Charlotte Hornets. So Sabonis is going to Charlotte, and that is a done deal. So I feel really good about that trade. Took a little bit of work, but we got it done. I'm going to move Chris Murray to the 3 as well, since Bridges is more than likely going to start. Keegan Murray is not someone who develops really well in 2K whatsoever. So unfortunately, don't really know what to think about him, as he just got a new contract extension. He'll probably be here for a while. Yeah. And then DeRozan and Levine are going to be 2 guys we try to move as well. More than likely, DeRozan's going to be here to stay. But Levine is someone I would still like to get rid of if I can. I just know his contract's going to be really hard to make that happen. So yeah, unfortunately, I could not find a trade for Levine or DeRozan. So instead, we're going to go with them into next season. And we're also making 3 offers in free agency. We're going after McCollum, Drummond, and Neemias. Basically, I want this team to be really bad next year, basically is what I'm boiling it down to. So McCollum, Drummond, and Neemias might be the worst free agency. Well, Neemias is great, but going to McCollum, Drummond, and Neemias is like the Kings way, right? So that's what we're kind of trying to do here. So we have a full rotation technically. We need a power forward as well. We're basically trying to tank next year is what I'm trying to do. So that is what the goal is at the end of the at this very moment. But I don't mind Josh Minot as a long-term piece on this team. So I'm going to give him a nice 4-year deal and have him for a while. So let's go to progression, and we got, yeah, look at the regression starting to show, which is kind of expected, but we got Clifford up to 75, Bridges, DeRozan, Levine are all down. Thankfully, Levine and DeRozan are both expiring, so even if we can't trade them at the deadline this upcoming season, and Bridges is expiring too, we can at least get off their contracts after this season and be in a new situation. So it's going to take some time, but we are turning this around slowly. It's going to take a little bit, but we're going to get there eventually. So here is rotation going into the season. This is a team that should be hopefully really bad, which is good, as we got our, top 10 pick playing off the bench right now, which kind of sucks, but unfortunately getting rid of Levine was just not something we could do at the moment. We have 2 picks in 2027. Dallas's pick is obviously going to be really bad because they're always really good in the sim, but we have our own pick, which is why we plan to tank. So let's go ahead, simulate this season. If I am able to trade one of LaVine, DeRozan, Bridges, or any of them at the deadline, of course, I will show you. But so far, this is going as planned. We are horrible, and that is what I want this season. At this point, I just want to get LaVine off the team. I'm going to see if I can just send him over to Philly. We get a unprotected first. I mean, LaVine's having a good season, and Paul George at this point is just kind of not. I mean, actually, he is still playing fairly well over there. But as you can see, his trade value is really bad, and we get a pick out of this, hopefully. And they do agree. So we were able to trade LaVine, and we did turn our season around a little too much, in my opinion. We're 24 and 29, but what that trade just did is they're actually going to start Terrence Shannon, which I feel kind of weird about. Why don't we just start Yusefu for the rest of the season? We might as well, right? I mean, Shannon's cool and all, but give me Yusefu minutes for the rest of the season. I'm cool with that. And then we'll even move Shannon to the 3 so he doesn't take over Yusefu's starting role. So where is Shannon? Yeah, small forward, you can go there. Okay. Let's send the rest of the season. LaVine is gone, so that should make us worse in theory. And we also get Yusefu minutes, but if we somehow sneak into the play-in, I'm not going to be very happy. But right now, currently, we are in there, and that's kind of unfortunate. Of course, the season did not go as planned, which is kind of funny to say, but we are the 10th seed in the West, and we do indeed make it into the play-in tournament, which was not what I wanted at all. So we are going to be missing out, even though this draft class is considered weak, I believe. We're going to miss out maybe. I mean, we'll still be in the lottery because we're more than likely will be eliminated here. But he had 18 points from Miles Bridges, 17 from DeRozan, and then 14 from Paul George. But all these guys are going to be gone. So this should be a blank slate, and I cannot wait for that. Yusefu averaged 11 points per game. Not that efficient for the most part, but he was just a rookie. So hopefully that gets better over time. Portland's the matchup. Just please beat us, Portland. Oh boy, do not get in. Okay, we get eliminated. So we are going to be in the lottery still, but again, unless we get like lucky, but like the Mavericks did with Cooper Flag, we are not going to have a top pick, which kind of sucks. But again, this draft class isn't the best by any means. Mavericks, of course, are going to go win the championship. So that's going to be like the 30th pick in the draft. So yeah, that didn't really do anything for us either. So Paul George, I think, said he was going to retire. McCollum retires, though. Paul George, I don't think did. So we're going to have his big contract, unless I'm just blind. But pretty sure he's going to keep playing, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So we have 12th best odds. So let's see if we jump up at all. No, we stay at 12, which was to be kind of expected. Staff signing, Doug Christie is gone. So we got to find the head coach to lead this team for the foreseeable future. We got Donovan, Kenny Atkinson, and Joe Mazzulla. I actually like the idea of Kenny Atkinson. I mean, he's done a great job in rebuilds before. So I'm going to give him an offer. I know Cleveland is where he's been coaching, so maybe I'll go back there. Donovan doesn't sound too bad. I'll give him an offer too. And then Mazzulla doesn't sound horrible either. Jason Kidd, Will Hardy, who's an assistant in Chicago. Where did Mazzulla's at the top right there. So I'll give him an offer too, even though I don't think he'll accept it. So Mazzulla actually does accept our offer, surprisingly. So Mazzulla is going to come be the new leader in Sacramento to be rebuilding our team into the right direction. So let's jump in and draft with 12. I can't wait to get rid of all these veterans. We have 29 as well, so it's not quite 30, but 29. Paul George is going to accept that player option, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's all good. It is what it is. So with the 12th overall pick, it looks like we will go ahead and select Jason Crow Jr. out of Missouri. So welcome to the team, Jason Crow. And then we have a late pick at the 29th overall selection. Tyrone Riley, small forward, 20 years old, or we got Mayer. I'm going to take Tyrone Riley out of San Francisco. So that is our first round. Not terrible. Crow and Riley. And then we got Nicholas, Carl, and Caden Samuels. We got player options. George, of course, accepting. Clifford will accept. We'll decline Flemings, though. So we'll accept all those, even though didn't really want to deal with Paul George after the season, but we are. So we're not a free agency destination anyway, so that's not something I was concerned about. But I mean, we do have money to sign. Like, we'd have a lot of money if George's contract was gone. But here's what it looks like now. So Jason Crow Jr., Devin Carter's your point guard rotation. Yusefu, we'll see how much he develops. Not really sure he'll become a superstar for us by any means, but hopefully he's just a good starter eventually. Keegan Murray, Clifford, Riley, and then Paul George is listed at the 4 right now with Josh Minot, and we have no center to speak of whatsoever. So it's just kind of a disaster, basically. But we have a long way to go. So we have a center named Derek Lively here in free agency. Dallas, of course, is a team that just won a championship with them. But would it be crazy if I threw him like the worst offer sheet imaginable that the Mavericks would not match? I don't think that's the craziest thing to do. We're the Sacramento Kings, for crying out loud. I'm going to give him $25 million a year and see if the Mavericks want to match that. Because we need a center, so let's see what they do with that offer. And they will not match it. So Lively is coming back to he's coming to the Sacramento Kings. We'll take that and we'll announce the rest of these guys. We need a center, and Derek Lively at 23 years old gives us that, which is fantastic, which is what we needed. So I'll take that. I do see Jarris Walker in free agency, and I am kind of intrigued by that idea. So I think I'm going to throw him an offer sheet as well. See if the Pacers want to match this. I'll throw as much as I can at him. Maybe he becomes something for us. So let's see what they do with that. And Jarris Walker also is going to come into the fold. So that is our free agency. Not too bad. Definitely curious to see what some of these guys can do. Do need a backup center as well. So Diabate doesn't sound too bad. I'll give him a deal. And he may... Nope, he goes to Cleveland. So we don't get him. Daron Sharp, he's got no offer, so we should get him. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Okay. Anybody else? Nick Richards, a Dembona? What about a Dembona? Can we give you... There we go. We got our center. Okay. Progression. We got Jarris Walker up to an 82. So that already feels like a solid signing. Yosefu's up to a 79. Clifford's up to a 76. Devin Carter is up and Lively stayed the same. All right. So we went crazy in the restricted free agency market, and Paul George's contract is going to expire after the season. We do have a lot of draft picks, I believe, in 2028, though. So we have literally 4. So we have the Kings pick, our own pick, Clippers pick, Pistons lottery protected pick, and Charlotte's pick. So maybe one of these picks turns out to be really good next year, and that's what we have to hope for. So we'll see if that does happen. So here is your starting 5 going into this 3rd season. Jarris Walker is going to start. Derek Lively is going to start. Keegan Murray off the bench. Josh Minot, Clifford, Adem Bona, and Jason Crow Jr. So it looks like we're getting Jason Crow some minutes, which is good. I love to see that. Yosefu is going to start for the season. So can't wait to see what he can do in that role as well. We're basically banking and hoping that one of these 4 picks we have in this draft are going to be good. And if that turns out to be the case, we'll be in a really good spot. So hopefully that is what happens. I will see you guys at the end of the season. I have no plans to make any trades at the deadline, I don't think. We're just going to let Paul George expire. And if somehow we end up being good in the process, then I guess that's fine this year. But I would not mind controlling our own destiny and tanking this season. And so far, we're pretty bad. So hopefully that continues, and maybe another team is bad too. So for the first time in this video, we finally tanked properly. So this 2028 draft could be really special for us, especially if one of those other teams are bad, which is what we hope for. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. Of course, we don't have anybody on any of these just yet, but maybe eventually we could get one. Jason Crow does make an All-Rookie second team, though, which is nice to see. He averaged 12 points per game on a very minimum role, so love to see that already. So I'm not seeing the Clippers, or no, they did make it, so the Clippers weren't that bad. What about the Charlotte Hornets? The Hornets, though, are not in the play-in, so that's a good sign. That's a bonus trade may have worked out. And then, of course, we had Detroit's pick, but they're in there. So we're going to get that pick, it looks like. So Charlotte may have helped us out. Let's see how bad they were. They were 33 and 49. So, yeah, we could get a couple really good picks, which is really nice. We went 24 and 58. So that is great. So this could be our year, man. That's league leader. Sorry. Player stats. We had Yosefu averaged 17 points per game. Efficiency did go up a little bit, but still would like it to be maybe a little bit better than that. But we'll still take it. And let's just go ahead and see who wins the championship and get to this lottery, because this could be a big lottery for us. Hopefully, we're projected to get into the top 5. So we got the Knicks and the Spurs. The Knicks win another championship in this video. So Paul George is going to call it a career. I was never going to bring him back to begin with, obviously. So glad he is gone. Dame retired on the Clippers. Here is your lottery. So let's see where we're projected to be with these 2 picks. So we're projected number 2 and number 7. Not terrible. We'll take that. So if we can find a way to get both of them in the top 4, that'd be great. But let's see what is going to happen. Can we stay in the top 3 at least? And we get number 1 overall. It's finally turning in our favor. Now, our other pick fell to... where did our number 9? I see it now. I was about to say, I don't even see our other pick. But number 1 and number 9. We will absolutely take that. We needed this in the worst way possible. Look at Brooklyn. Absolutely paying off over there, too. So, 2 and 3 for them. But, yes, this is what we needed. Joe Mazzulla, about to get your superstar. I do believe this is the... What draft class is it? Oh, this is the small forward draft class, I believe, with those small forwards at the top. So, roster, Marcus Spears, Cosby. I do think we'll take Marcus Spears at the top of the board. So, yeah, I'm excited, and we'll get whatever we get at number 9. So, let's jump in here and do exactly that. So, Marcus Spears, welcome to Sacramento out of USC. And then we got Roster going to Brooklyn, and they also get Cosby. So they take both the forwards there. I think we got Cosby in the previous video, if I'm not mistaken. Paul goes to Portland. Nikola goes to Milwaukee. Nathan goes to Denver. So number 9, I will definitely take Ezekiel here. We do need kind of some stability at center as the backup. So I do love that. That feels really good. It feels like a very good offseason. Our first one that I feel really confident in. So yes, love that. We also had 15 and 20. We get Gabe Neesmith and Musa. So I will take that. Player options, Yusefu, Clifford, and we'll accept both these at least, but the other 2, that's fine. Qualifying offers, Devin Carter. He did just tear his Achilles. Not been the most efficient player either. You know what? I don't think I might move on from Devin Carter. So yeah, I think I'm okay with that. We'll move on from Devin Carter. He's going to go sign somewhere else, and then we can focus on whatever else we want to sign. So Jason Crow is going to maybe get an opportunity to start next year. We'll see how much he develops. Yusefu, still somewhat confident in him, but we'll see. Jarris Walker, Murray. So we might need to clear some minutes for Marcus Spears. I want Spears to blossom immediately, but we'll probably move Jarris Walker to the 4, low-key. That'd probably be the best thing we can do there. So Keegan Murray might be somebody I look to move here. I think it's finally time to maybe get rid of him. And yeah, we'll go with that. Or we can move him to the 2 as well or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So the only free agency offer I'm going to make is just Jamal Shead. So I'm not trading Keegan Murray. I'm sliding him over to the 2. So we're basically going to run with what we have currently, and we're going to see how much guys develop. So let's see what that's going to look like. So going to progression, we have Jarris Walker up to an 85, which is big time. I love that. Lively is down, which is kind of unfortunate. Crow's up to a 77. Yusefu does not move, so that's not good already. But Spears is going to be the guy we hope to build around, hopefully anyway. We'll see if that turns out to be something that works out. But overall, I feel good about some of the young guys we have. But I will say I'm not very confident in a lot of these guys continuing to develop, such as Yusefu. And Crow did go up 2 overall, so maybe that's a sign of him continuing to develop. But we'll see. Unfortunately, we won't know till we get there or till we keep going. But Marcus Spears is for sure, hopefully, the guy we'll be building our Sacramento Kings team around. So Devin Carter actually ended up back on our team, but I guess that's fine. So Carter, Keegan Murray, Marcus Spears, Jarris Walker, Lively, Yusefu, Jamal Shead, Crow, and Ezekiel and Clifford is your rotation. So the only thing I want to make sure of is that the tendencies are going towards Marcus Spears. I mean, if he's going to become a stud for us, I want him to, take that role right away. So let's give him that right away. He can be the lead scorer. Anyone else going to contest him for that? Not really. Yusefu, I guess, is the one with the second highest shot tendency, but that's fine with me. So let's see how magical Spears' rookie season is. We're probably going to continue to be bad for a while, unfortunately. We do have some guys that I like, but there's a lot of work still to be done. Spears is just the start of things to come, but hopefully this season turns out to be okay. I don't believe we have any crazy picks in 2029, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we only have our own. So we'll just see how this season goes. If we tank again, that's not terrible. I'll take that. And then we can start to maybe be a little bit more aggressive this coming off season. But if we're good, then we're good. I'll just let kind of 2K decide where this heads. So this was indeed another season of tanking, but the positive thing is we got Marcus Spears to win Rookie of the Year. So that's good. So hopefully we can find him a co-star in this upcoming draft, or maybe we already have it at home. We shall see. But of course, he's going to make the all-rookie first team, which is great. Roster and Brooklyn average, let's see, he averaged 7. So yeah, I feel pretty good about what we got out of the draft at number 1 overall. So let's see what the player stats look like behind Spears. So we had 22.5 from Spears, 17 from Jarris Walker, 14 from Yusefu, 13 from Keegan Murray, 12 from Devin Carter, and 12 from Ezekiel. So not too bad. But again, we will hit the lottery up. We were the 15th seed in the West. So if we can find a way to get back-to-back number 1 overall, I think that'd be a really good thing. The Chicago Bulls go on to win the championship with Reed Shepherd leading the way. Very interesting, I will say. But all right, here are your retirements, and let's get to this lottery. So hopefully this is our last lottery, I will say. We are projected the 3rd best chance at number 1 overall, which is tied with number 1 and 2, obviously. So this time around, we fall to 6. So not quite the luck we were looking for this year. So that is why this is the last season I want to be dealing with the lottery if we can. But, we'll have to see. So what is this draft class anyway? Who's highlighting this one? So Bamba Torre, AJ Williams, okay, Eric Dampier. There is some okay guys, but overall, we may not get in. I would like to get Bamba in this draft if I can, but more than likely he's going to go pretty high, so we'll see what that turns into. But Mazzola, still the head coach. Don't think I'm going to be aggressive and trade this pick. I don't think we have that in our, I don't think we're able to do that. So let's see what happens. So Tony Garma goes number 1 to Charlotte. Bombaturi does go to Philadelphia. Would have loved to have had him. AJ Williams, Beckham Black, and then Colton Hiller. Okay, so what do we want? We got Isaiah Hamilton, All-Star, Eric Dampier, or Cam Mercer. Honestly, I might just take Eric Dampier here and have kind of a young center rotation and get Lively out of here. That might be what I do, because I already feel good about our small forward right now. So I'm going to take Eric Dampier here at this pick. So we'll see what that turns out to be. Maybe I should have taken Hamilton instead, but we'll see. So Hamilton was a 78. Maybe I messed up there, but we still got a 77 overall. Maybe have our center rotation set for the future. So Dampier and Shannon Rice, welcome. Yusufu. I mean, we may even trade him as well. Who knows? So I'm looking to maybe be a little bit aggressive this offseason if we can, and maybe turn some things around. And we might even have, no, we don't have money, because we have, well, we might have like a little bit, right? No, none? Fears? Do we have money for like Ricochet? No, I guess not. Okay. Well, we are going to probably, oh, it's because Keegan Murray, I forgot how big his contract was. But yeah, we'll probably look to make some trades this offseason if we can. I want to see if I can find a way to get Anthony Black off the Orlando Magic. He's not like a special guard by any means, but he is an 88 overall, and we could play him at either the point guard or the shooting guard spot at 6'7". So that's why I kind of like the idea of bringing him in if we can. So I'm going to offer this Hornets pick to see what they say to this idea. They say no to that right away, though. We're going to throw Riley in here as well. No. And I'll throw my 20-30, even though, oh gosh, this could be a lot for Anthony Black. But like I said, we could play him at either position, being an 88 overall. This is quite a lot to get, but I'm going to offer it, and they do agree. So we're going to get Anthony Black on the team. I'm trying to get this team in a more contending direction. So that's why we may have sold out a little bit for Anthony Black, but I like what we could do, versatility with him. So Anthony Black, welcome in. We may play him at point guard, may play him at shooting guard. But we will figure that out. So, and then as far as like other guards are concerned, we're going to go ahead and re-sign or sign maybe like a Liam McNeely or not marketing, but Cam Christie, I would give an offer to see if he'd come in. Clifford's a free agent, but I'll give Cam Christie a deal to be our backup 3. And yeah, so that was kind of an aggressive move. I'm not going to lie. We'll have to see if it pays off or not. But Spears is up to an 87 overall already. Walker ended up being like a really good signing for us. Playing really well at that 4 right now. Keegan Murray is also up, which is not something I expected to see. Ezekiel is up. Crow is up. Yusufu is up. So everyone is developing, which is great to see. I do think this could be a sneaky play-in team next year. Maybe even a playoff team if things swing correctly. But Spears in his sophomore season will have a little bit of a better roster to work with. So hopefully, the gamble of Anthony Black, even though it's not like a scorer per se, he could help us out big time. So here is a rotation going into whatever season this is. I kind of forget at this point, but Anthony Black at the point guard spot with Keegan Murray, Marcus Spears, Jarris Walker, Ezekiel, Yusufu, Cam Christie, Jason Crow, Devin Carter, and Eric Dampier. So I like the rotation a lot. We'll see what this turns into. Spears should lead the way scoring wise, and then shot tendency. So Spears should go off there. Jarris Walker, I mean, it looks like he deserves a little bit of a bigger role, which I'm willing to give him. Yusufu, unfortunately, is not turning into anything special. So if I do have another trade at the deadline, I will show you guys. There is a there is a high likelihood we do something. Keegan Murray going up to an 82 is definitely helpful, but if we can find a way to upgrade even further, that would be awesome. I'm confident in the centers we have as far as them developing, hopefully, as we keep going. Jarris Walker is definitely a staple here, so I'm glad we went after him. But if we can upgrade that 2 at all, or, maybe, yeah, the 2, then maybe we do something. Or the point guard, because we move Anthony Black to the 2 as well. But we'll see how the season goes. I am kind of in the mood for a reunion. The Indiana Pacers are rebuilding right now, and we also have another option with Jeremiah Fears in New Orleans. So there's a couple guys I am going to be after here as far as getting a new point guard here in Sacramento. So let's see if we can land one of those 2. I am going to start with Halliburton because I do think it'll probably be a little bit easier to get, funny enough, but let's see if I'm right in that notion. So he's averaging 20 right now. Keegan Murray has to start the offer because how big his contract is, and Eric Dampier's here. Not that I was going to throw him in here. So this guy actually has some value as well, which is good. And Gabe Neesmith might have some value too. So I don't know if he has any relation to Aaron Neesmith by any means, but we are still, the Kings would acquire 800. Okay, so we still need to offer a little bit more money here. I'll still throw Cam Christie in here and then give me Isaiah Joe. So Keegan Murray, 3 prospect, or Cam Curry's not a prospect anymore. And then we traded a 2030. So let's go 2032 and 2034. So this is risky business. But if we get Halliburton on this team, I mean, we could be cooking. And we do agree. So, they do agree. Halliburton's going to be our new shooting guard. We bring him back to Sacramento, which is kind of fun. And now you have a Halliburton, Anthony Black. You got Yusuf who's starting right now. But of course, once Marcus Spears is back, that'll change. We are currently 23 and 28 as a playing team. I think Halliburton coming over should make this team better. Hopefully that is what happens. And now I feel like we could be maybe, just maybe, a sneaky contender this season. But we'll have to see if that turns out to be like that. Well, I will say, unfortunately, our gamble did not pay off, at least this season. We are in the lottery again. I was definitely trying to make a conservative effort, or not conservative, it was aggressive. I was trying to make an effort to not be in the lottery this year, but unfortunately, maybe gambling the way we did not pay off. But I'm still confident in this team eventually turning this around. I think we have the talent. It's just a matter of seeing it through. So let's see who goes on to win the championship. But hopefully we could be a team that comes out of nowhere next season and wins a championship. Because at this point, the amount of draft picks we have traded away signals that, hey, we're trying to go win a championship. So you have 22 from Spears, 20 from Halliburton, and 20 from Jarris Walker. 14 from Yusufu, 12 from Ezekiel, and Jason Crow with 10. So we'll have to see, man. It was not a great sign, I will say. So let's see what picks we traded away to get to where we were. So that pick we traded to the Magic. Oh my gosh, that's going to be what? Okay, it falls to number 4. Or maybe that's not, or yeah, they get the 4th pick. The Magic got the 4th pick, and they also are going to get number 8. So we traded 4 and 8 for Anthony Black. Common L, really bad, not going to lie. But as long as we can win a championship, that's what matters. So hopefully we're able to do that. If we don't, that looks really bad. But I will say we didn't get a chance to see it through. We'll see if, if it will change anything. So we're going to accept Crow, Ezekiel, Spears, of course. All those guys can come back. Yusufu, I'm almost willing to get rid of him, honestly. But I would rather sign and trade him if I did, I guess. So we'll probably look to do that if we can. So here's our only free agent to worry about. We do have cap. No, we don't. We just have guys wanting cheap contracts. Okay. So Halliburton, Crow, Devin Carter, which I never even re-signed Devin Carter, but I guess 2K automatically re-signed him, which is interesting. So sure. And then, yeah. So basically my goal here is to hopefully sign and trade Yusufu and get something good for him, because I don't really want to keep him going forward, honestly. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this trade with the Los Angeles Lakers. We get Malachi Branham. He's just a solid shooting guard that can shoot, and we get a 1st round pick out of it too. So yeah, cool with that. So that's gonna be a simple trade. So we get a new backup shooting guard and Malachi Branham. We just need to bring in some forwards, and that would be good. I'm gonna trade Devin Carter away too, probably. So let's see if we can get like a. So the 76ers are off me Cameron straight up. And yeah, I think this is going to be something we can definitely do. So we'll do that and just need to sign a small forward. So you got Kawhi Leonard, Wiggins, Kamara. I mean, Kamara would be kind of a steal at this point. So I'll give Kamara a deal, even though I wish he would develop a little bit more in 2K, but it is what it is. All right, progression. Let's see what that's going to look at. So Spears up to an 89. You do have Ezekiel, Crow, and Dampier all developing really well. So that's big. We needed that. And Cameron also develops really well too. So this should be a playoff team this year. If it's not, then that's not good, because this is what we've been building towards. We should be a playoff team. If we're not, that's not good. I'll repeat that. It just needs to be a playoff team this year. So hopefully that is what happens, because we need it like we need air right now. Wembanyama wins MVP for the Spurs. Caden Gaston's the Rookie of the Year. Jasper Johnson's your 6th man. Wemby is your depoy. And Garma is your most improved. SGA is your clutch player. And Jason Kidd is your coach of the year in Chicago. Phillips is your executive. And Trey is your Cup MVP. For the first time in this video, we are a playoff team. It took a little bit, but we finally did get there. I know we were a play-in team at one point, but that was back when I didn't even want to be. So we finally got where we wanted to go. So let's see how far this ends up. We end up as the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. Let's look at the player stats. So unfortunately, Jarris Walker being hurt does suck, but it is what it is on that. 24 from Spears to lead the way. 21 from Halliburton. 20 from Jarris Walker, so our 3rd leading scorer being out. Hopefully we can survive the 1st round without him. Ezekiel, 12-8 and almost a block as well. But yes, we finally got to the playoffs, which is great. So let's see if we can come out here and maybe go far in this notion. So we get the Grizzlies in round 1, who have Robert Wright, Peterson, Cedric Howard, Jackson, Edey, Haynes, Anthony Simons, and Colin Sexton. With Darren Peterson being there, it scares me a little bit that this could be a series that could go in their direction, but hopefully Spears has what it takes to knock him out. So game 1 goes to us, 142-103. Big win. Halliburton 36-13 in that one. Game 2 goes to Memphis. Game 3 goes to Memphis. Game 4 goes to us. Okay, that's a big win. I thought we'd go down 3-1 there for a second. Is Walker back? He is back. That's big. So we get Jarris Walker back. So our starting 5 is healthy. So this is a big game 5 at home in Sacramento if we could take the lead here. I mean, we got to the playoffs finally, so I'd like to not lose in round 1, but, you know, Peterson being on the other side is definitely a possibility. And we will in game 5, so that's big. Branham does get hurt in this one, but now it's time for game 6 on the road in Memphis. So let's see if we can come out here and win and avoid a game 7 at all costs. Would prefer it that way. I'd like to get out of round 1, and unfortunately, we are going to a game 7. Okay, game 7 against Peterson. Don't love it, but we'll see if we can get out of this and get to the second round. Finally in the playoffs, I would not like to lose in round 1, especially as the second seed, but Memphis, man, like I said, with Peterson on the other side, we will hang on 121-128. So we do get out of there, but hey, now look what we run into. It is the Dallas Mavericks. So the Mavericks, they're not going to be easy. You got Kyrie, Jalen Green, Flag, Jen Surden, however you say that name. Jalen Suggs is there. Actually a pretty solid team, not going to lie. So let's simcast game 1, shall we? At home in Sacramento. Let's see if we can't take out the Mavericks here. We got to at least win this game 1, I feel like, to have a chance. So we do, though. 106-125. That's a big win. Spears is helping us out. Can we win game 2 when both our games at home? No, Dallas is going to take this one unless we get back in the game, which it looks like we're trying to, but we don't ever, unfortunately, get a lead in this one. So we go to a game 3 in Dallas. I'm going to go 8-man rotation already. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I feel like we need to get a win on the road at least once. And it looks like we might have, maybe, if we hang on here. And we are going to get a road win. 118-109. Spears with 35 in that one. Black is hurt right now, which does kind of suck. But let's see if we can win the other road game here as we do start with a lead. But the Mavericks are not going to go down easy. Can we hang on to this lead here at the end? And we are going to overtime. It does go to us, though. 144-140. We get a 3-1 lead on the Dallas freaking Mavericks. Okay, just got to finish them off here, and we could get to the conference finals. Can we do just that? They could come back from 3-1, so we're going to simcast every freaking game from here on out because I know what this Mavericks team is capable of. It looks like we're not going to win at home here, so we got to go win a road game. We're still running the 8-man rotation. All right, let's see if we can go win on the road in game 5 or game 6 to avoid a game 7 back in Sacktown. We have a really nice lead right now. Just do not let them back in this game, and we are going to the conference finals. 139-114, 34 from Spears. He has been awesome. And now we get the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have Tyron Stokes coming off the bench, AJ Mitchell, who's developed really well, Williams, Bryson Howard. So it's a good team in OKC, man. It's not going to be easy here, but we are going to give it our best chance or try. So game 1 goes to OKC by 1 point, and they're up 2-0. So just because we got past the freaking Thunder or Mavericks does not matter, and we are down 3-0. So we get swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's really unfortunate. So we got to the conference finals just to lose to the Thunder. Stokes from off the bench probably made them very tough to deal with. So yeah, that's tough. Okay, well, I mean, that was our first time in the playoffs, but we got to keep going, man. We don't end it on that note. We're going to try here again. I don't think we have any picks because we've traded so many at this point. Staff signing, we got Mazzulla gone. I mean, we got to the NBA finals with or conference finals with him, so I'd like to keep him as well. I mean, we should get guys to develop even more. I don't think anybody's like done developing, so that's a good sign. So player options, we got Spears, Zeke, and Dampier. I mean, I'm hoping all three of these guys have more in the tank as far as going up. And Crow, definitely want to bring him back if we can. So Josh might not probably let him go. Jarris Walker, who has been awesome for us, I'm definitely looking to bring him back too. Crow we'll bring back, and then we'll sign whoever else we can. I think we need a couple forwards. So let's see. We got OG Anunoby or Ryan Dunn. I think we get Ryan Dunn and move him to the 3. He'd probably go up. So hopefully that is the case. I may be wrong in that, but we will give Ryan Dunn a deal. Maybe he'll go up at small forward. No, he actually goes down. That is weird. I've never seen that before. Okay. 6'7". I guess we'll leave him at the 4 then. So Crow, Halliburton, Eddie Black, Branham, Spears, and then we got Ryan Dunn, which again, that's really weird that moving him to the power forward or small forward makes him worse. And I'll give Sadiq Bey or Hugo, or I guess I'll give Jalen Tyson a deal. So, no, he goes to San Antonio. De Silva, do you want to come over to the Kings? Yes. So we get De Silva. Okay, so let's see if I'm right in thinking that we got more development in the tank. Ezekiel's up to an 87. So yes, at least we get Ezekiel developing a little bit more. Spears is done. Black is down 1 overall. And then Crow, Dampier didn't move really too much at all. But this team was still in the conference finals, so I'm still confident we can get back there again. So let's see if we can. Wemby is now rocking a Warriors uniform at this point in the video, and he also gets defensive player as well. We got coach of the year and executive of the year though at 68 and 14, so that's already a really good sign that maybe this could be the season that things go in our favor. Now, Halliburton does make an all-NBA third team. I don't think Spears has made one whatsoever, which really sucks, but it's all good. So we end up as the first seed in the West, and here were your player stats. So you did have 24 from Marcus Spears, 21 from Halliburton, 18 from Jarris Walker, 14 from Crow, 12 from Branham, 11 from Ezekiel, 10 from Cameron, and 8 from Dampier. Unfortunately, Anthony Black did tear his Achilles, so we are not going to have him for this run, which does really hurt us. But we do have Branham going to step up in that role, so we'll see how it goes. All right, in round 1, we play the Utah Jazz, who have Ace Bailey and Anthony Edwards and Beckham Black, and Dash Daniels. This is actually a very scary 8th seed, I'm not going to lie. But we do win game 1. We win game 2. We win... no, we don't. Do they tie it up? No, we're up 3-1. Can we beat them in 5? Yes, we can. So that was a kind of terrifying 8th seed. And now we get to play the Dallas Mavericks, who we were able to beat last year. But we'll see if that remains the same. Kyrie is now gone. So let's see how this goes. Game 1 goes to Dallas. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Okay. Dallas is not the... Oh, Warriors, though, get past... Okay, so... Uh-oh. Spears is hurt. Okay, he's only day-to-day, I imagine. Yeah, day-to-day. That's good, because we would have lost him for the entire playoff run. I think we would be cooked. So let's see if we can't get this win on the road in Game 6 and avoid a Game 7. It's going to a Game 7, I think. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't get this Game 7 victory, as we've been running a 10-man rotation of the playoffs. Okay, so 8-man rotation, Game 7 at home. We got to win. I know we do have an injury with Spears, but please get past this team. I want to see if we can go beat this Warriors squad. We have a lead right now, but they are trying to crawl back in it, and we will hang on. So 129 and 163, 37 and 16 from Halliburton, and 32 from Spears. Now we're going to play the Warriors. So we know they have Wemby, but what else do they have? So they have Keontae George, Jordan Page, Kuminga, and Giannis. Okay, that is why they're so good. Giannis and Wemby. Well, Giannis has regressed down to an 87 at least, so maybe that gives us a chance. But man, yeah, that's scary. That's scary. They got Kuminga still there as well. But all right, I really wish we had Anthony Black right now, but it's all good. It is what it is. Okay, Game 1 goes to the Warriors. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Game 5 goes to us. We're in the finals. Okay, let's go. Braylon Mullins is your conference finals MVP. We got to the NBA finals. Spears still healthy. Anthony Black, unfortunately, man, I wish we had him right now, but we've gotten far without him. So Chicago, they're always weird, man. They got Melo Watts, they got Mullins, they got Kobe White, Bazelis, Josh Giddey, Jaden Ivey. I'm going to take them extremely seriously. We're going to simcast each game because we got as far as we did. Let's try to, win this now that we're here. So we have the lead at the moment, but Chicago is right behind us. They are going to try to take Game 1. Someone is calling me right now. Unfortunately, I cannot answer. 129-1-4. We're too busy, man. We're trying to win a freaking championship. Why is my wife calling me in the middle of the video? I don't know, but let's go ahead and see if we can't win Game 4. Or, sorry, Game 2. I lost my train of thought. But, all right, can we get back in this? I don't think we can. I think we lost one of our home games. So, 118 to 111. We are now going to go on the road after losing in Game 2. So, Game 3. Let's lock in now. I got distracted. But can we win Game 3 on the road in Chicago? We do take it. Oh my gosh, that was really scary. But we win Game 3, so we are up 2-1. All right, can we win the next road game? Can we go up 3-1 on this Bulls team? I think we might have a shot, but they are trying to get back in it. Can we hang on? Yes, we can. 110 and 101. One more game, and it's ours. One more game, and it's ours. We do beat them in 6 games to bring a championship to the Sacramento Kings, and Halliburton back in his Sacramento jersey wins Finals MVP. Let's go, man. That took a while, I will say, but we did finally get it done. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If we would have had Anthony Black, who knows how much better we would have been in that playoff run. But at the end of the day, we won, and that's what matters. So thank you all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.